Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's talk new makeup releases. If you're new here, thank you so much for watching today. I don't do new makeup releases like weekly. I just kind of whenever it catches my fancy, I try and do at least one a month. But I think it's interesting to see what people's perspectives are on makeup that's coming out. And also I would love to know if any of these, even if they're not for me, are they for you? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, so I have TrendMood1 Instagram's account up. I'll link it in my description box for you below. But the first thing I see right here is the new Winnie the Pooh collection from Colourpop. Colourpop is still on their, once a week, release something new, release something new. And I used to be a huge Colourpop fan when it was like Super Shock shadows and lippy sticks. And to me, they were amazing. I still love me a good Super Shock shadow because the formula is different and it's beautiful and you get some really pretty sparkle or some nice longevity. But I feel like I've kind of transitioned out of Colourpop, and the more that they've ramped up their releases, the less intrigued I become. And just looking at this here, although I think it's fun, the thing that definitely kind of keeps me from going, yeah, I want this, the shades in the eyeshadow palettes aren't that exciting to me. I'm not a real big fan of the one that's kind of like a Kraft mac and cheese color and the bright orange at the beginning of the second row. And then beyond that, you have some greens and what looks kind of like a lavender. I'm just going to admit to not being super creative when it comes to makeup, but these shades don't make sense to me together. I'll just leave it there. So the eyeshadow palette is out. Those little honey pots though, those look so cute. I know one of them is a lip scrub and one of them is kind of like a hydrating lip product. I wish Colourpop lip products last longer than they do. My experience has always been that they don't last more than like 6 to 8 months before they start going bad. And so I have decided to skip on Colourpop lip products just for the fact that they don't last long enough to even get through a year. But they have some Super Shock highlights. The only thing here that kind of has my attention are the highlights, but there's only really one of them that would be appropriate for my skin tone. So I'm definitely not picking up anything from here, but I feel like Colourpop has lost its, its allure for me. Maybe I've aged out now that I'm in my late 40s, but I used to love them. They haven't been around for 7-8 years, and I was there hook, line, and sinker for many years. And just the last couple of years, I'm kind of like, It's cute though, just not for me. There's a new lip and cheek tint from YSL that's there from their new line. They're available only right now in Europe. I don't know if they're going to be coming to the US, but they look super interesting. They're very minimal packaging. They're just like a little squeezy tube that's in a white tube with a black cap. But the idea of something that is mostly skincare, it's 90% skincare formula. It's supposed to be lightweight. It's supposed to melt into the lips and the cheeks and give you kind of a hydrated, glowy look. I really like that, especially for warmer months when I really pare down on the eye makeup and I'm, a little bit of gloss and then I tap whatever I can get off my lips onto my cheeks. This looks like a really interesting product. I don't know what it wears like, and it's probably gonna be real expensive because it's YSL. But I don't know, this is intriguing to me. I don't think that I'd probably pick it up, but if I were to walk into a Sephora, and it was there, I might get it on a whim, but it's not on my must-have right now. Okay, this I might end up getting. I just scrolled down a little bit farther. Looks like there is a new flavor, whatever, of Balm.com. I love Glossier Balm.com so much. I have two sitting right here. I have the one that's mango and the one that is coconut. Love these. I have a cookie butter by the bedside. I have a mango in the car. I have a coconut in my purse. Like, they're all over the house. Love them so much. Lavender is a hard scent for me. It comes down to, does it smell like soap or does it smell like the flower? Because if it smells more like the flower, I'm fine. But if it smells too much like a lavender scented soap, then I feel it ends up a little bit more like cleaning / medicinal, and that's not my favorite. But lavender can be kind of a hard scent, but I like this idea of there being a new scent or shade of, and I don't know, is it going to be a new shade? It's going to be slightly like lavender tinted, but would it be enough of a shade to be able to see it, or is it going to be clear and just smell like lavender? Either way, I'm interested. And if they still have it the next time I buy these in a 3-pack, and it's going to be a while before I need any more, But if they still have it, I might pick it up, but it won't be like, I need it now. When I saw this, I was like, wait, what? So I've had either real exciting results or real bad results to products from Danessa Myricks. I'm wearing a couple today. The bronzer and the cream blush I'm using today are from Danessa. I did recently pick up one of her Chrome Flakes. I'm not wearing it today, but this is an eyeshadow product. I love her highlight palette, her powder highlight palette, but some products that haven't worked for me is her kind of glowy like balm, highlight balm. That did not work for me. I have been struggling with this. I'm not sure that this is gonna work for me, but I don't know yet. I haven't tried it enough, but I feel like it's either like really good or not for me. But she has this new product out. This is the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. And what's interesting is it looks like it's texturally similar to Tatcha's Silk Canvas or to the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, where it looks like it's smoothing and it's blurring, but it's a powder. And I don't know, and you can either use it by pressing it into your skin, or you can rub a brush in the pan and pick it up and apply it that way. I don't know. And this is the thing, that I feel like some of these brands that are created by working makeup artists, sometimes they have skills and knowledge that as a makeup lover and enthusiast, I know nothing about, and I just don't have those skills. Where it took me a long time to get Pat McGrath eyeshadows to work for me. It took me a while to figure out the Patrick Ta cream powder at the same time, but powder first, then cream. Like, I sometimes struggle because I don't have their huge level of skill and experience, but this product looks like it would be beautiful. And you can either use it as a primer or you can use it to set your makeup. And I'm like, if I have a full face of like foundation and everything else on, and then I go and put this powder on, it works really well, or I won't be able to figure it out because it's a balm. I don't know. It looks super intriguing to me, but I'm kind of waiting to see what people think before I decide to run out and like, I need it. So this is not an instant purchase for me, but I'm like, I'm so intrigued. And I love Danessa Myricks as an artist, and I really like a lot of her products, but I feel like there's a lot I still need to learn to make her products work well for me. There's a Mother's Day release from Jacqueline Cosmetics. You know what's funny is I'm looking at this and it's terrible to say, like, don't we already all have this stuff? Maybe not from Jacqueline, but I feel like if we are makeup lovers and you have a sizable collection at all, you probably already have these things, because she's coming out with a 20 pan eyeshadow palette. It looks like, and maybe it's just the promo photos, but the shades look really soft. I don't know that these would work on all skin tones. I don't like that. But I feel like I have a lot of these shades already. It looks like we're really heavily matte in this. It looks like we might have like maybe 2 or 3 that I can tell metallic shades in here, but most everything is matte and very kind of light to mid-tone shades. So I don't need this because I feel like I already have stuff like this in my collection. Then there is some of her setting powders, her Powder Move setting powders, her Pout Spoken liquid lipsticks. And then she has some eyeliners, you know, primer. None of this really calls to me. I feel like you can probably get some really beautiful looks, but when you have as much makeup as I do, you're gonna have to come with more than just this. And I don't know whether my hesitation is because I feel like there's been some problems with the brand in the past, or whether it's just the collection itself doesn't call to me, but it's a very nondescript, kind of a basic eyeshadow palette with, you know, pink lipsticks, and pink lipstick is not my favorite, and the eyeshadow palette, it's not making me drool. So this is a no. There is a new truffle collection from Dose of Colors, and this looks so pretty. If you like soft rosy tones, you might really like this. There is kind of like a deep berry tone and kind of like a medium dark brown in there, a couple of really foiled metallics, and maybe one soft shimmer in the eyeshadow palette. There's 8 shades. And the minute you give me a smaller, more curated eyeshadow palette just as an offering, I'm like, ooh, because like I love eyeshadow, and I have been breaking my own rules. I've been trying to get smaller eyeshadow palettes where I'm not getting like, you know, 30 shades in the palette. I've been getting larger eyeshadow palettes and I need to stop. But I was like 8 shades, and then I reminded myself I have so many rosy tone, especially recently. A lot of what I've been picking up recently leans very rosy, so I don't need this from Dose of Colors, but it really did kind of like catch my attention. There is also, looks like there's lip gloss and there's also blush involved in this. They might even have a truffle liquid lipstick in this collection as well. I'm probably not going to get any of it, but I'll tell you the eyeshadow palette had me going, but I've got plenty of rose toned eyeshadows in my collection, plus a lot of new stuff as well. This kind of intrigued me, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I'd love to know what your thoughts are, but NYX is coming out with Wonder Sticks, and I think this is a product they've had before and they brought it back, but it's a dual-ended contour and highlight stick. It's $14, and they have dual-ended blush sticks as well. And I'm not sure if it was the bronzer or the blush that was more exciting to me. I have so much blush. I need more blush, like I need more lipstick, which means not at all. But it looked really interesting, and that price point is nice. I don't know what the formula is going to be like. For me, I want something that's going to be blendable, that's not going to get patchy, that's going to last really well. And sometimes, you know, drugstore delivers. I don't know. Let me know if you've seen these. Are you curious? Are they on your list of things to try? Because I could see myself, if I run into like my local Walgreens or other drugstore and I see it there, I could probably see myself picking up, you know, some of these to try. L'Oreal has a new Infallible bronzer. It's already out. This is part of their Infallible 24-hour fresh wear line, and this is a new matte bronzer that's going to be buildable. Has 9 shades, so there, it looks like there's probably a lot of options for various skin tones. It's supposed to be transfer proof, waterproof, heat proof, humidity proof, and sweat proof. Oh, it says 8 shades. Maybe the image that they have here has 9. I bet you that the deepest shade is like, they show you like the package with the lid down, and then everything else, all the other 8 shades are the ones with the lid lifted so you can see the impression in the pan and the shade of the product. But you know what? For just under $13, that sounds pretty good to me. I really love the Infallible Fresh Wear Powder Foundation. And if this is a similar powder formula, I don't know, that sounds super exciting. Huda Beauty has some new eyeshadow palettes. I know for sure these are not for me. These are their color block palettes. There's an orange and purple combo and kind of like a bluey green combo. You know what? These colors are too vibrant for me, but they have something interesting in here. They're doing a cake liner. One of those 9 pans is, it says cake liner in it, and you can, you know, use a brush that's either dampened with setting spray or water and then draw on a graphic line in a bright, bold, punchy color. I think that's super fun. I don't know that these are definitely like calling to me because the shades are too much, but the idea of having, you know, cake liner in an eyeshadow palette, that's kind of cool. I like that. I already use eyeshadow as eyeliner on the regular, but one that's formulated to be that way where you can dampen it and then, you know, really, I like. Cleona Cosmetics has a new dragon fruit collection, and the eyeshadow palette looks so pretty. Now, I talked to myself realistically about this because I was like, I want it. And then I was like, you know what? There are a lot of shades in here you would never use. And so I'm not going to get it. But I definitely want to continue to explore more of Cleona Cosmetics. But this one just like, beautiful. As well as the eyeshadow, there is nail polish, there are brushes. I think there's even like a bag involved in this. They have a brush set, a cosmetics bag. They have highlighters. The highlighters, maybe I want to try some of those. But I like that they have various different things as part of this dragon fruit collection. If I was painting my nails like I used to, I'd probably pick up one of the polishes because they look so pretty. I think it's time for me to start trying more of their products, and probably not this, because although it's so pretty and it looks so gorgeous and the swatches are insane, I probably wouldn't use half the shades in here regularly enough for me to feel good about getting a palette like this. But it's gorgeous. And the person who loves color in me is going, so pretty. Love it, just not for me. Looks like KVD is coming out with a new eyeliner. It's the Tattoo Pencil Liner. This is interesting because it's supposed to be a gel pencil that's supposed to be smooth and transfer resistant, waterproof, and stay all day. That's a lot of claims for an eyeliner. I feel like I've been hearing the same thing about the one from Makeup by Mario. I feel like we've heard those same claims from like Urban Decay. Like if I go through my liners, I feel like there's a lot of liners and I'm always looking for one that's not gonna transfer, that's gonna be waterproof, that's not gonna smudge, it's gonna stay all day. Like that's what we all want. It's like the Goldilocks of eyeliners. But they have 10 shades or $22 a piece. They're supposed to be able to be placed either on your lid and smudged out as a base or in your waterline. And it's supposed to, you know, be able to just stay. And I'm always looking for a liner I can put in my upper waterline and when I blink will not transfer to the lower. Because if I get darkness in my lower waterline, it automatically makes my eyes look smaller. But when I kind of darken out what I have like right beneath my lashes, that kind of flesh toned line in the upper waterline, it gives me like a full lash fantasy. That's what I want, but I don't want it going other places. I've had problems in the past where, you know, my eyes start to water and then I'm crying sad little panda tears because whatever I have in my waterline is like dissolving by my caustic tears. But I don't know, this is interesting. I remember years ago when KVD used to sell a tattoo liner before they came out with their liquid liner and Trooper, when it was just like a kind of a creamy pencil. I remember that because they used to include one in their eyeshadow palettes. I had 2 8-pan palettes from them. Oh, long time ago, probably a decade ago. Shortly after the brand launched, they used to have these little palettes that were small, just a little bit bigger than my phone, and they were like in metal packaging, and the embossing on the top was different for each one depending on what you got, and they had 8 colors on the inside, and then there was a little like gel pencil in there as well. And I thought that was super clever, but I wonder if this is a similar formula, or I'm sure it's probably updated, but they used to make gel liners and it looks like they're back. Looks like they're back. This was launched earlier this week and it was on one of my work days, so I missed the launch and now my shade is sold out. It's the new collection from Wayne Goss, his complexion collection, the luxury cream foundation, the weightless setting powder, and I don't want to get just the powder and the puff. I want the full meal deal. I want it all. And so I'm like, when I looked, when I got home, my shade was sold out. I wouldn't be the lightest shade, that's probably too white for me, but like shade number 11. Number 1 is the deepest shade, number 12 is the lightest shade. He says that number 12 can be used as an adjuster, but shade 11 looks like it would be best for my skin tone. Here's what's interesting. It's a cream foundation that you can use as concealer because there's 33% pigment in this. And I would love to know, because he's so inclusive when it comes to creating products that are going to look good on all ages. I'm hoping that this cream product is not going to, you know, settle into expression lines or get really crazy underneath my eyes. I am so curious to try it, and it launched while I was at work and I was too busy to stop and, you know, take a little break and order it. So here's hoping it comes back in stock, but this is definitely something I want to try. Let me know if you made this purchase. If you try it, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Super curious. There is a new eyeshadow palette from Sigma. It's their Mod collection, and they have a beautiful rosy toned eyeshadow palette. I have not tried anything from Sigma. Nothing. Like not even the brushes. I don't know how I've been doing like beauty YouTube for so long, and it's been like a decade now and I've never tried anything from Sigma. But their eyeshadows, I've been hearing amazing things about them. I almost picked up the Cinderella one last year and I didn't. And I keep seeing all these other ones that look like, oh, that looks really interesting. And I just don't like take that next step. I'm not picking this one up because I have too many rosy toned eyeshadows. Like the one that I'm wearing today is the new one from Patrick Ta, the Major Dimensions. I picked up the new 2 Moods from Give Me Glow that's kind of like berry and pinky. Like I don't need any more rosy eyeshadows, but I want to try one of the Sigma palettes. If you have any suggestions as to one that you think would be a good addition to my collection, or one that you really love and you think I should try, let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, there are lip products, brushes, bags also included in this Mod collection, but it's really the eyeshadows I'm super curious about. So Lunar Beauty has a new Prism collection, and the eyeshadow palette looks pretty. Not excited about that, but it's their blush palette. I've been buying so much blush recently. I don't know what my problem is. And I kind of go through seasons where it's like all lip products and then it's all eyeliners and then it's all eyeshadows. And I feel like I've been kind of in the last year buying a ton of blush, a ton of blush, a ton of blush. And this one looks so pretty. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up, but oh, it looks so gorgeous. MAC has a new lipstick. This is their Powder Kiss Velvet Blur Slim Stick. There are 12 new shades. This is interesting to me because I've never been a MAC lipstick fan. Like when everybody was oohing and eyeing over them in high school and college, I was like, whatevs. And I tried their lipstick formulas, like their retro mattes and they're just their regular mattes. They were okay. They weren't the end all and be all. The retro mattes used to dry my lips out. I never liked their liquid lipsticks. I did like some of their more hydrating, I forget what the formula is, but they're kind of shinier lipstick. I thought those were nice. But the shades never, unless it was a bright punchy shade, some of the rest of the shades made me look like a corpse. So I have never been a huge MAC lipstick fan. The one formula they make that I love is their Powder Kiss. I have one of those. Love it so much. And it's beautiful because it gives you that blurry matte look without making my lips dry. And not all bullet lipsticks are good like that. This one's really good. So this is intriguing to me, but I wonder what the difference is between their original Velvet Blur or Powder Kiss and this new Velvet Blur Slim Stick. I want to know what the difference is. If you know anything at all about it, let me know. This looks super interesting, but I would probably pick up a punchy bright color. There is a new duo from Beauty Blender and it's a bronzer and highlight duo. These are, I don't know, these look kind of interesting, but part of me is like, Beauty Blender making makeup. And I know they've been making makeup. They have foundation, they have concealer, they have a ton of stuff. But this is a matte bronzer that smooths and blurs the skin with a velvety texture. And it has a bouncy gel cream highlight that has hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. So it's gonna give you a soft, multi-dimensional, radiant look. And it's $32 for these. They're paired together with the bronzer being in the bottom, the powder being on top. I don't know. There's a lot of bronzer options right now because I know we're heading into summer months and bronzer's like, more bronzer. But this is kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Trend Mood is full of a ton of other products that either I have no interest in at all, but I feel are kind of forgettable. And maybe we should be talking about those, like who asked for this? But I wanted to talk to you about the ones that initially kind of drew me in a little bit. I was like, wait. Or the ones that I'm definitely wanting to try. Let me know how you handle new makeup releases. Let me know what your criteria are when you're making decisions based on what you're going to get, what you're not going to get. Is it solely financial? Is it, do I already have something like this? Is it, oh, it's new, it looks intriguing, I want to try. Let me know what that is in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.